Assalamu alaikum everybody. So, this is a pretty weird picture. First of all, it's very hard for me to straighten my head. Second of all, I'm wearing a coat because I just came from outside. I couldn't go to my lectures today, but there was one thing only that forced me to go outside, and that's the fact that my fridge is practically empty and we don't have much food here. We still haven't gone grocery shopping. So I had to go grocery shopping, and it was so painful. Very painful. There's good news and bad news. The bad news is, since last Wednesday, I've had this terrible, it's called a muscle spasm problem. And the muscle keeps like spazzing out, and it creates these knots that are extremely painful. I had to go to the hospital yesterday because of it. They gave me an IV with 2 shots. One was supposed to perhaps make me dizzy, but I didn't get dizzy. Anesthetics don't really work on me. So most of the time, yeah, during even minor surgeries, I feel everything. It hurts, but you gotta handle it. Um, it's been very painful the past few days because sometimes I'll just be sitting. I mean, at one point, I just couldn't get up. I was laying down. Um, and sometimes you're just sitting there and it just spazzes out and it hurts. It feels like someone has maybe, like, I don't know, a knife in your muscle and is twisting it. It's extremely painful. But I'm trying to smile and make the best out of it and appreciate the fact that I do have these muscles. Some people don't have these muscles and they can't move around. I mean, I have legs and arms, and now I'm going to take the neck muscle and the back muscle, which are, the back is a core muscle along with the abdominal muscles. I won't take them as much for granted as I did before. So I'm happy about that. Alhamdulillah, there's positives. And on another note, figured out how to turn on the hot water. Roommate figured it out. And I'm just going to give this to you because, I don't know, maybe you'll come to a place that has a gas heater and this might help you in that. Basically, you got to turn on the water, and then so the gas heater, it lights a spark and the gas goes up and goes whoosh. It's a flame which is under the water pipe so that it can heat up the water, and then it'll go out. So you got to turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off, turn. After like 3 or 4 times it'll just catch. Now the thing I'm wondering, and this is great because I've taken 2 hot showers, alhamdulillah, and which is very good because the doctor, she told me, she's like, you need to take hot showers, and I even bought this is this. Yeah, a little design. It looks like a child thing. But basically, you fill it up with hot water. I don't know what this is called, like a hot bag or something. You can fill it up with cool water too, and it conserves the heat and conserves the cold. In Arabic, it's called irba or qirba. I'm just gonna put it on the floor because it's very painful to lift up things. Yeah. Um, you keep doing that, and eventually it catches on. Now, the thing I'm wondering about is well, 2 things I'm wondering about. First of all, now all those times when we were taking showers, I was taking a shower and I had the hot water on, the gas was coming up, there was no spark. So does that mean I was breathing that air? Or what if a spark suddenly came? Would that mean that our kitchen or our house would explode? Sounds dangerous to me. Second thing I'm wondering is, so I used to live in Michigan, right? When I went to London and to Berlin in the winter, I ended up comparing the temperatures. Southeast Michigan is much colder than Berlin and London. It's much colder. So I've handled that. And even in Germany, it was freezing, and I was just walking out, and I walked for 2, 3 hours sometimes a day, and I was totally cool with it. Now here I'm in Alexandria, in Egypt, in a very hot place, right? And I get this thing, which is caused by the cold. That's what the doctor said, and I think she's right. Perhaps it's because of the fluctuation. I mean, because you go from a hot room to a cold room, and it's hot, very hot in the day, and then it gets freezing at night. Maybe it's that. But I did notice something. Now, Egyptians at the center, they always complained when the Americans, my classmates and I, would turn on the heater or the air conditioner, and they're like, just, be with the temperature. And maybe they realized that, and they always talked about, because in Egyptian, I would say, أخذت برد بظهري, which literally means like I took a cold in my back. Uh, because what caused it is the cold. Now I'm wearing very many layers and I keep wearing them. This is the closest thing I have to a scarf. It's the thing I bought from Siwa. Um, so there's something about that, and there's some wisdom in there of just like going with the flow and just taking it for what is, and that would probably have prevented this in the future. So ironic that I get this because of the cold in Egypt, and it didn't happen in Michigan ever because of the cold, or in Germany. So I hope that helps any of you if you do come to Egypt or another place to try to keep a, don't try to change the temperature so quickly. I thought it didn't happen to me, but it did, and I'm in a lot of pain. Taking drugs too, twice a day, and I have to put this cream on. I have to put that hot water bottle thing on, so it's a lot of pain, a lot of pain. Trying to get a lot of rest and put my head down so that I'm not using the muscle, but sometimes, I don't know, I've just been eating out for the past 2 weeks and I'm just sick of it. And I wanted to get some food so that I could just make it myself and not have to leave the house so much. I feel like I'm living in a cave because there's no windows here, and I haven't left the place. I only left it yesterday, and I didn't leave it on Friday or Saturday. I tried to leave on Saturday, but I just walked down the street. Then I was like, I was in too much pain. And my language partner even told me, we meet with a language partner once a week to help with our Egyptian. And he was like, I feel bad even taking you. He's like, just go back and go to sleep because you're in a lot of pain. So I hope I get better soon. And just thought I might share that. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.